Hotel Black Power. It's your brother Shaka saying Kofi here again. I had started, the beginning of a video. However, I was cut off for various reasons. But I was discussing, intimacy and sex. The difference between the both of them. Like I said, sex is more of a non-conscious exercise. Opposed to intimacy is a event that consists of so much positive, powerful energy that one doesn't have to. Because when you're enjoying conscious intimacy, one, especially the male, you rarely have to worry about any malfunctions, of the tools. You know what I'm saying? All that dysfunctional, what you call that? Dysfunction, erectile dysfunction, all that old shit, broke dick shit. Because you engaging in a lot of sex. Once again, and I'm going to be graphic about a few things, like I had mentioned before, because the sex that's just an exercise. It's a physical exercise and it's an agreement. Suck my dick, let me eat your pussy, let me lick your ass and all this shit. And like I said before, if you engage in that type of shit, most of y'all, I know you're going to lie about it. And most of y'all, when y'all finish engaging in that shit, y'all get up, and kiss each other in the mouth. Now you done tasted your own dick, she done ate her own pussy. And that shit is nasty. That shit is nasty. And a lot of y'all can say, nah, because I wouldn't brush my. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You ain't. No, you didn't. And that's the Europeans invented that. That's animalistic behavior. Why would you want to eat something, to put your mouth where somebody pisses at, piss come out, discharge, pus, and all that shit come out. You swallowing that shit, so, and when you get conscious, you rise above that shit, because I done heard so-called conscious people talk about they engage in that shit. They engage in that type of motherfucking behavior, man. You can't be conscious and engaging like that. Because you saw a couple of pictures, on the walls in Kemet. Who's to say that they would, that shit is right? Who's to say those are not motherfucking Romans? Y'all that Kama Sutra bullshit, man. Like I said, it's a, intimacy, man. You can believe me. I've experienced it. You can have an enormous amount of intense, intimate fire. And then you won't be worrying about it. It won't be a contest of, who has this and, how large is someone's genitals or how big, someone's vagina is and all that type of stuff, man. It doesn't even matter. Because the energy of the intimacy, because it's a spiritual event. Because you're enjoying each other's pleasure. But a lot of y'all don't know nothing about that, I'm not even gonna stay on it, And respect, as far as a good husband, respect. You gotta have self-respect first, and like I explained to y'all, vision and purpose, commitment, your past history, intimacy and sex, respect yourself, and the interest. You both have to have the same interest. You both have to, or it's not going to work. At some point, it's not going to work. You both have to share the same interest. You both have to be walking on the same road. It doesn't make any sense. You know, that you're on one road and your ICE is on another road, but y'all together. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't match. You know, and it will not work. You know, both of you have to be traveling on the same plane, heading in the same direction. You know, with the same goals on certain levels. Doesn't have to be same goals on every level. You know, you don't have to agree with everything. You know, and you have some people, male and female, that love to argue. They love to keep shit going. You know, they are addicted to confusion, and that's because of what's going on inside. Their life is in turmoil, emotional turmoil, and the way to feel better about that is create that type of turmoil, you know, among your surroundings. That way you won't feel so, you know, like a sore thumb. You know. Another thing I wanted to discuss by request was strength in numbers, black unity. What will it take? The missions and goals. You know, unity, I'll tell you this. I can tell you this off the break. Unity automatically destroys the system of racism and white supremacy. Unity alone. I'll give you a clear example. If tomorrow morning every black male got up and they locked arms, every black male locked arms, not saying a word. Everybody's been instructed not to say not one word. And they're locking arms, every black male on the planet. And they've made this circle around the entire globe of brothers that are in silence that have locked arms. What do you think will happen? It would be all over for a lot of things. Once again, let me remind you, no one is saying one word. CNN, Fox, everybody will be trying to wonder what is going on. They will try to make up shit that, you know, it's going to be a war, the gangs have linked up. You know, they'll make up all of that shit until they run out of fucking reasons and come to an understanding that their time is up. Their time is up. That the black race have you finally united and your time is up. Now you have two choices. You have two options. You can redistribute a redistribution of all the wealth on the planet, that everyone has an equal share, or we can annihilate your ass off the planet. Because by being unity, there's no way that they will not be able to get rid of us. They will not be able to get rid of us if we stand tall regardless of what may happen. And so, just that alone, without saying anything, that just shows how much power we have as a people. We haven't mentioned one word. All we did was just lock arms. And that's how much power we have. But we don't utilize it. And what we try to do, we take our power and we go to the enemy and say that we're not with the unity shit in order to get some trinkets. A couple of pieces of silver. You know, because you don't want to struggle like the rest of the slaves. You don't want to get out here and grind together as a race of people. When we all working together and we making the necessary adjustments, putting the proper people in mental health facilities, You know, putting people in drug treatment. Putting some people in jail. You know, and giving and letting most other people out of jail. And begin to start building construction teams. You know, you talking about 2,000 man construction teams. Because you nearly got 2 million of us, you know, behind enemy lines in these concentration camps called prisons. So you know, and that's a lot of hard, strong labor. I'm talking about brothers that work out and lift 500 and 600 pounds all day and come out and they can work in 2,000 unit teams and start building buildings almost overnight. You know, the sisters will begin to detoxify themselves. You know, take all that shit out your head. Take all that purple shit out your head, that green wig and all that bullshit off. You don't have to do that today. You know, take all that stuff off. You don't have to wear that tight stuff. It's a strong, conscious brother that's waiting on you. You know, so, you know, those are, you know, and once we unify in these particular manners, we once again rule. And never again should we ever lose our place on the throne again. Because it's so hard getting our place back. And so, you know, but that's just one, you know, that's just one aspect. You know, it starts with self and then the family. You know, and everybody thinks that their family is fucked up. They're the only family that's fucked up like it is. But all black families have levels of dysfunction. Some may be higher than others, but all black families have that level of dysfunction. You may have 1 or 2 people out of the family unit that does not want to link as a family. You know, that wants to destroy the nucleus of the family because of some things that's going on inside of them. You know, unresolved issues can lead to a lot of destruction in one person. You know, I'm feeling bad. You know, I'm on drugs and I'm tired of lying. You know, I'm tired of getting high. You know, I'm tired of hiding. I'm tired of doing this. I'm tired of faking. I'm tired of living a false life that everybody can see. That I think nobody can see, but everybody can see. Because that's how it is with most people that's in denial about drug and alcohol use. They think nobody can see it, but everybody can see it. And then when you confront them or bring that up, really pisses them off. Really pisses them off. You know. So, you know, and I say that to say that we all black families have that level of dysfunction. And not just drugs, overeating, sex addiction, you know, gossip addiction, gambling addiction, workaholics. You know, some people sit on TV, some people watch you know, the stories, game shows all motherfucking day. TV evangelists sit there and listen to these crackers lie, you know, about, you know, you going to heaven. Don't worry about your living conditions, you know, because I'm living in a mansion, you living in a shithole, but still send me $20. You know, some of our people are addicted to hearing that bullshit. You know, you send in $25, they tell you, you know, put this, you know, this rag I wipe my ass with under your pillow and you're going to be blessed. You know, shit like that. You know, that we go, you know, our people go for. And, you know, that's one thing that has to be removed out of the family nucleus is religion. Move that shit out the way. That hocus pocus bullshit. Move that shit out of the way. You know, just like, you know, and our parents do that. You know, you know that they went out and bought Christmas toys for you, but they'll give the credit to a motherfucking cracker. Everybody, if you were little, if you were little when you were little, your parents told you that them toys came from Santa Claus. At what age did the shit stop? You know, I don't know, but you know, when at some point in your life, your parents told you that shit come from Santa Claus, and you knew that they bought that shit, and they work hard all year, you know, laying away, putting money away, you know, to make sure you got what you wanted, you know, because you did good in school out of fear of you know, fear of this motherfucking cracker, you know, and they work double time, overtime, triple time, all the time, you know, to ensure that you have these gifts. And they do all of that, and they give credit to a motherfucking white man. They don't even take the credit themselves. So that's why I say, you know, that's just one of the reasons why we have to remove that religion out of the nucleus of the family nucleus. Because the same way that you do Santa Claus is the same Jesus that you see. It's still a motherfucking cracker. I don't give a damn what you say. When you look at you know, Santa Claus, I mean at Jesus, that's the first thing you see is that motherfucking cracker. And because most of us coming up had that picture of that Christ that looked like fucking Howard Stern, that's in that brass frame with the Christmas light at the bottom. You know, the same picture on Good Times when Michael when he took the picture down and put the black Jesus up. You know, Florida said, you know, it's only one Jesus. This the motherfucker we've been praying to. This cracker, this devil, this ice ape. This is our God. You know. So he had the bag to put the black Jesus up. But when the black Jesus went up, good things started happening. You know. Nevertheless, though, that's how we've been trained. You know, the family unit's been trained. Now, I'm gonna go a little deeper. Every family member has some personal issues, has had a separate life, has had a different walk of life. No two people has the exact identical walk of life. You may have some similarities, but no two people have identical walks of life. So, you know, with those different walks of life, nobody wants to actually come together because they think that their walk is unique from everybody else's. You know, so they're coming together, the nucleus coming together is just a whole bunch of friction. Whole bunch of friction. You know, because everybody wants it done the way that they want it done. Yeah, and we see that all the time. Whether it's somebody having a homegoing service that has passed, somebody's getting married, somebody's having some type of get together, you know, or outdoor event or something, you know, with a grill and all that type of stuff, crabs and whatever. You always have family members that want to control the entire event, the entire situation. You know, just assigning people different assignments. You know, they're saying who gonna sit here, who gonna do this, and most of the time they don't have nothing. They have fucking dime to go in none of it. You know, but what will it take? To sum it up, what will it take? It will take the family unit with all their differences and different walks of life to just bring it to the forefront. And each family member has to say, although we have different walks of life, you're still family. And I need to treat you and love you as such. And that's something that we don't do. We treat outsiders better than we do our own blood. And that's a clear indication of self-hatred. Because when you look at your brother or your sister or your siblings or your aunt and uncle or whatever, you see yourself. And by you cannot bear you can't stand yourself, you won't do nothing for yourself. You know, so, you know, it's a wall right there. And see, all this shit has to be tore down. You know. And then religion separates us. You know, you ask somebody, yeah, I go to church, but what about so-and-so, your brother or your sister? Oh, they in that Muslim shit. You know, they going to hell and all this. Or they practicing African, you know, that pagan shit down in Egypt, you know, which is paganism and all that type of shit, you know. And that keeps the family separated. You know. Oh, this person, he go to church, but he gay as a motherfucker. You know, because the pastor told him he go to, you know, the rainbow motherfucking church. And they got a special heaven for fags and all that type of shit. You know. And, you know, that's something that has to be removed. The religion, the religious piece. You know. So, the goals and mission would be, you know, the same thing as in to building a nation. You know, we got to financially be together. We got to emotionally be together. We got to mentally be together. We have to spiritually be together. I'm talking about on the same page. We have to economically be on the same page. You know. Learn to get comfortable with your siblings. Learn to get comfortable with your family. You know, because when you were small, you did. You know, but for various reasons, you know, the black family, you know, ended up, you know, just splitting up and dissecting itself. So, you know, that has to be, you know. Because once the family is together, then the community can come together. Once the community can come together, then you have a nation. You have communities, then you have a nation. Of strong black men and women that's not going for nothing, that's willing to die for the liberation of their people. You know, and once that happens, once that takes place, like I said, once again, you know, all other races, crackers and everybody, because that, you know, in that process, you're gonna have everybody that's gonna try to come to us and say, you know, I wasn't like the white man. Yes, you were. You raisin-eyed motherfucking Orientals, you Asians, you motherfucking spicks, you know, and you crackers, you know. And some of you Africans, some of you spear-chucking motherfuckers that were in tribes that sold some of our people, you know, to this motherfucking cracker with permission of the Pope who commissioned slavery. You know, that your descendants, you know, and your generations of people are here. That's why some of you come here and treat us like shit, because you still, you know, have that same mentality that your ancestors had into putting us on a motherfucking boat for some goddamn nails, a broke rifle, some motherfucking whiskey that got backwash in it from the devils. And some of you gave away entire families for that. You know. And so, you know, the nucleus of the family has to come back, you know. Some affection has to be shown. You know, a lot of families, you know, they grow up with no affection, where mother don't kiss the father or none of that. They don't embrace or none of that. They don't eat as a family, you know, and those dynamics need to be re-implemented back into the black family structure in order for progress to be made on all levels. You know, I'm going to be talking about some more, you know, of different relationships and different situations to help us, you know, go to the next level. And until then, Hotep, Black Power.